to Elisabeth Hogarth Designs. Today I've got a brilliantly summery project to share with you. I've incorporated the 12 by 12 papers from Stamperia called Stamflower Art. There were 10 double faux sheets, and as you can see I've used them all bar the front cover, but I will end up fussy cutting these out as well to incorporate into my project. I used the Craft Consortium Ink Drops Sunset papers because they perfectly encapsulate the colours of the sunflowers and bright sunny days. And I used as my base template a Graphic 45 Trifold Waterfall folio album, and it's got quite a few flip-flap covers to work with, and I adapted it slightly by taking out one of the pockets, but I'll show you more of that in a moment. So this is my sunflower art album. I created a wraparound band to keep it all in place. So you've got the sunflower fields in the back. I've got some of the Stamperia ephemera, and these squares here are actually on the back page, and they show you the smaller images of what's inside the pack, so nothing goes to waste. And then we've got the two sides, and you can see that the album will open at this point. So we pull this off, and then you see the album itself. So I used one of the main images of the Sunflower Art Shop, and then I used the ephemera as extra pieces to enhance the frame. So you've got the sunflowers in the pot, the creativity, the brush, the artist easel, and then the young girl here with her painting. So you can see that every part of the album is now covered. Opening it up, you've got a side pocket here that has been covered with the sunflower papers, and then from cutting away this area I fussy cut the sunflowers back in, and then I added them into the back of the album. And then we've got some more ephemera that is glued in place, and then I used a piece of the excess paper from the back here to create a cover for a simple notebook. So that slips inside the pocket. And then we've got another panel here with the summer garden really. And then I've included again this sweet dog, more ephemera of the butterflies, just to add a little bit of extra interest. And then here you see the album in all its glory. So here are the trifold parts, and at this section here there was a 7x7 pocket, and I actually used my cutting blade to cut that away because I wanted to include the notebook, and also by the time I'd added the extra elements here, it was quite difficult for the pocket to wrap into this section. So don't be afraid to adapt these kinds of templates to make it work for you. You've got a really sturdy magnet in this part, allowing it to hold all of these folio pieces in place. So then we go through, and essentially I have cut down the elements of the 12 by 12 papers, and then I've added the paper ribbon strips. I've got tags that have been cut out, and then they slip into the extra pockets that I've made. And then I've added ephemera. I've added some Tim Holtz sentiments, which work really well with it. Particularly liked this ephemera piece of the large blue truck. You've got extra pockets with the tags. I try and make the tags fit into the scene. So even though this is the field, it made sense to have the geese just popping in here because you're completing the picture. You've got some French style blue shuttered windows. And then you've got the sunflowers in all their glory. This is a cutaway where I cut into the design itself. And then that just holds another tag in place. I particularly like the sunflowers with the blue background. And again, you've got more tags cut out, more ephemera. And then you're just finishing it off here with another band and a tag. And then this beautiful scene. It's like the Tuscan Hills, really. So it's a little mix and match of everything. So that's the first part. And then again, this time the folios were portrait. So I open them up and we've got more sunflowers with the butterfly ephemera. And this time I cut down some of the journal style cards. Some of it I've left blank so that it can be used for journaling and notes. And other parts I've added my own belly band to create a pocket for these smaller tags to slip into. So again, just making use of the pictures that are here in front of me. We've got the glorious sunflowers. The imagery is really, really beautiful. It's like a patchwork of patterns and designs. We've got a 2 pocket here with 2 tags in. And here you can see where I use the Craft Consortium papers. And they really do lift up the colours of the sunflowers. And again, it works really well with the colour palette of the Stamperia papers. Then we bring in the poppies. I mean, these can all be used as individual cards, but I think this album works really well to display all the various papers. Just quickly to say that no pieces were wasted because I added the strips just to add a little detail into these gaps here. And I think little details like that make all the difference to a project. So again, there you've got the trifold, and then we can close it up and the album closes like so. And then we bring in the belly band. We slip that over the top and you've got yourself the perfect sunflower themed album. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this particular project. It made a change to work with the Stamperia papers. I loved the colour palette. I loved all the different bits of ephemera. Another time I'd probably buy 2 packs and I would probably get the 8x8 papers as well, just to give myself a little bit more to play with. Thank you for joining me today. Happy crafting, and I'll see you back on Elisabeth Hogarth Designs very, very soon. Take care. Bye bye for now.